What is up, guys? Marshall here and welcome back to another maiden episode. This time we're returning to the northeast of England with Middlesbrough. Now Middlesbrough's academy, in my eyes, has produced more talent than the likes of Newcastle, Sunderland. Basically more talent in the northeast, and I'm a Newcastle fan, so it's a bit tough to say, but they have had pretty decent players come through their academy. In net we went with Ross Turnbull, currently at Chelsea, playing as a backup to Petr Cech, now at left back. I've went with Joe Bennett, playing for Aston Villa at the moment. I could have went with Jonathan Grounds or Andrew Taylor, but I've went with this guy. He's been playing Premier League football, although it's been for Aston Villa, and they're having a shocker of a season. Even their fans would say that as well. In at centre back, you can't you can't miss this guy. He's about 6'8". He's just so tall. He wins every header. It's David Wheater, now at Bolton. He moved directly from Middlesbrough to Bolton. And he did suffer a relegation with them also. Now, its centre-back went with a Bradford player in Andrew Davies. Now, you've all seen Bradford this season. In the League Cup, they were a sensation until they got to the final, completely outplayed by Swansea. Now, at right-back, we have a Sheffield United player now, and just look at his face. McMahon, he just looks like the most unhappiest player ever. He must have smelt something, or something must have happened to him, because just that face, man. Anyways, back to the team. In at centre mid we have Lee Cattermole, who, the former Middlesbrough player, is now the captain of Sunderland. I don't really get that. I don't really get that at all. And it's pretty similar for the striker, even the right forward. Now I've got to go and pick a few wingers for the central midfield spot. They're both right mid, and that is Chris Brunt of West Bromwich Albion and James Morrison, also of West Bromwich Albion. Now these two, especially James Brunt, have been brilliant for West Brom over the years. They've been constants in the side. I've just got to put these either side of Cattermole simply because they're both right mid. I've stick Cattermole in the centre because he'll sit back naturally, and these two will drift forward, so it's a better balance to the squad. Now to the forward players. And again, it's another right-sided player. I don't know why all these players are right-sided. Stuart Down, and he started off as a left midfielder at Middlesbrough. Now he's kind of drift between the left and the right. For some reason, FIFA's just thought, we'll stick him on the right and leave him as that. So he's in left forward. Up front, we've got Danny Graham. He's just made the switch from Swansea to Sunderland because he wanted to move back up to the northeast. Now, he is a Newcastle fan. He's played for Middlesbrough, and now he's at Sunderland, and this is the exact same thing with Adam Johnson. Apart from, I don't think he's a fan of Newcastle, but if he is, it's still a bit of a weird change going from Middlesbrough to Sunderland, because there is still quite a rivalry between them two. There is between all three, but I'd say the most heated one is between Newcastle and Sunderland. Now, this team, it isn't too bad, and we get quite a bad start in fairness. I go 1-0 down. Takes us quite a while to get back into this game, but get back into the game I do, and it's a nice little passing move here. Worked all the way up the pitch, all the way back across the pitch, and finally it's just Johnson there. Nice little ball back to him, and it's a good finish. Adam Johnson. That's basically what you expect your best players to get on the score sheet, and it's Adam Johnson. That does that nice little passing play. I didn't expect it to come to Johnson, that's why you see him step inside. But it's a decent finish nonetheless. Now the second half, little over 10 minutes into the second half, Danny Graham gets on the score sheet. Typical fashion with the header, great cross from Joe Bennett. Honestly, did not think I'd get there with Bennett, that's why the cross is a bit wild. I do stretch the lead even further. It's Danny Graham, eat your heart out, great strike, right in that side netting. Roughly about 20-25 yards out. It's a great strike from Danny Graham, and it was a great game. I ended up winning that 3-1 or 3-2, I think it is. Now this game was a bit more tricky. He had a lot more pace than me. Come very close there with Danny Graham, but it just wasn't to be. The guy took the lead. I did manage to get one goal in this game. Stuart Down, a nice little chest and volley, but that was the best it got. I just couldn't get going in that game whatsoever. Now in the third game, my opponent has just scored through Jose Enrique, another former Newcastle player, but I just come straight back at this guy, Adam Johnson. Great goal. Now if you do hear some funny noises after the next goal and the final goal is because this guy, he was from Belgium, and every time I did something, he just makes some weird noises like ooh la la and all that kind of stuff. He went a bit mental at that. He goes a bit mental at the other one. I did do a trick in this game where I completely skinned him, and all you heard was this massive scream out loud. And here is the ooh la la bit. I do get very lucky, in fairness. And that's it for this episode, guys. I'll see you later.